Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us on this edition of News 2. I'm Sandra Gumansing. In our top story, after touring the Seaview facilities last week, lawmakers went ahead with the promised committee hearing on Thursday. Officials from various branches of government, as well as Seaview executives, were present to shed light on the nursing home's status. Human Services repeated its claim that the controversial removal of patients last week was not an isolated decision, but questions remain. News 2's April Knight has more.
The discussion got a little heated at the Senate on Thursday as Seaview Nursing Home and government officials testified before the Health and Hospitals Committee. At one point, they had to take a recess.
3 text messages of people looking at this hearing and asked that we take a 2-minute recess to allow Dr. Heath to just be able to calm down a bit.
The meeting comes after the highly publicized removal of elderly patients from Seaview last week by the Department of Human Services.
The governor was not aware that you were going to do this.
The governor was not, but Attorney Henderson I did speak with.
But the focus is now on the future of these residents. According to DHS officials, families have different options. The residents can either be transferred to their own caregivers to the Queen Louise home on St. Thomas or the Herbert Grigg home on St. Croix. Dr. Alfred O'Heath, who founded and owns Seaview, passionately defended the facility, saying it's not the terrible facility it's portrayed to be.
I think that Seaview is run down, rat infested, falling down. It is not.
He also mentioned that the government owns Seaview some money in the ballpark of $1 million.
The concern about funding, numerous vendors not being paid, all money. If we had the money that they owe us, we would have this letter.
Seaview officials also produced the email from Housing and Urban Development, the agency saying they only demanded a relocation plan, not an immediate removal. Reporting for News 2, I'm April Knight.
In other news, Wendys at Sunny Island, St. Croix has responded after the Department of Health shut it down earlier this week. According to reports, one resident visited the branch on Sunday night and claimed seeing rats and droppings in the restaurant. This was reported to the Department of Health, which sent an inspector on Tuesday. The company released a statement on Thursday in which their president, Peter Kumpich, said, quote, "The restaurant environment that we provide our customers is very important to us, and we are taking this matter very seriously. We are cooperating fully with the health department, and we are working with the pest control company to resolve this situation as quickly as possible." Well, time for a Crime Stoppers report. On October 24th, 2015, the Penthouse Rooftop nightclub, you may remember, in Estate Peters Rest, St. Croix, was the scene of a peaceful musical event until approximately 3:59 a.m. when 2 men were shot in the parking lot. Police reported 25-year-old Shadon Beezer of Harborview Apartments died at the scene from injuries. A second man was hit by a bullet and transported to the Wanaf Louis Hospital for treatment. The mother of Shadon Beezer, overwhelmed by grief at the first annual Million Mother March held on Sunday, October 2nd, 2016, broke down in tears while pleading for help from the community in bringing her son's killer to justice. Please contact Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-TIPS or Crime Stoppers 8477. Crime Stoppers pays up to $2,500 for information leading to the arrest, seizure of drugs or weapons, and recovery of stolen property. Virgin Islands residents know there are a lot of things that are not available just because we live in the territory. One of those things is Google Street View, but not for long. The Office of the Lieutenant Governor hosted some Google representatives this week in a bid to make VI streets viewable to the rest of the world. News 2's April Knight has more.
It seems that Google Street View, the technology that lets you have a virtual look around practically any place in the world, from anywhere in the world, seems to be doing just that.
We see a world map here, and most of it's covered. And it's been covered in under 10 years. And it is continuing to grow and expand.
But not in the Virgin Islands. One company, in collaboration with the government of the Virgin Islands, wants to change that. Bobby Barajas of Smart Tour Media, a company working with Google, presented the concept to local officials on Thursday, stressing the importance of keeping pace with technology.
Tech changes extremely fast, and it's important in order to remain somewhat up to date so that you can remain competitive.
So this is how it works. They take spherical photographs with special cameras and drive around town with a car like this. The project has already started on St. Croix, and Barajas said the Big Island could be going live soon. St. Thomas, St. John, and Water Island are next on the list. According to Barajas, this benefits tourism and local businesses. Consumers, he said, are twice as likely to transact with businesses that they can access on Street View.
The more data that's collected for the territory, the better user experience will be available to anyone who wishes to explore it.
Ordinary people like you and me can contribute to the data. You can go online and apply to Google Street View to start your own community project, or even apply as a Google trusted photographer.
That's been growing astronomically since they've launched it. User contributions are growing globally at a double and triple digit rate.
Reporting for News 2, I'm April Knight.
Well, massive Hurricane Matthew is barreling toward the east coast of the United States. The deadly storm has killed at least 113 people in 3 Caribbean countries. President Barack Obama has already declared a state of emergency in Florida, and residents there are preparing for the most dangerous storm to hit the state in years. Scott McLean has the latest.
This storm will kill you. Time is running out. We don't have that much time left. Florida Governor Rick Scott is not messing around. Neither is Hurricane Matthew. The Category 4 hurricane has already killed more than 100 people in the Caribbean, most in Haiti. Today, it's barreling through the Bahamas, packing sustained winds of 140 miles per hour. Its next stop is the Florida coast, expected to make landfall early Friday. There are no excuses. You need to leave. Evacuate, evacuate, evacuate. 2 million people in Matthew's path are being told to get out of the way. It's the largest mandatory evacuation since Superstorm Sandy in 2012. Officials are warning people the hurricane could destroy homes and cut power to millions, possibly for days, and first responders may not be there to help.
We're not going to be able to save you. There's a point in time where we're going to have to cease services because it'll be putting the first responders' lives in danger just to get to the call.
If they haven't left already, people up and down the coast are preparing for what's to come, leaving bare shelves at grocery stores and long lines at gas stations.
It is time to be 100% prepared. I'm just preparing to having all the fuel that I need for at least a week.
Coastal counties in Georgia are being evacuated today. And in South Carolina, Governor Nikki Haley says 250,000 people have gone inland so far, and another 200,000 could leave today. Airports in Fort Lauderdale and Miami have closed. Thousands of flights have been canceled ahead of the monster storm, and National Guard troops are standing by, bracing for the worst, but still hoping it won't come. I'm Scott McLean reporting.
And Hurricane Matthew took aim at the Bahamas Wednesday after leaving behind a trail of death and destruction in Haiti. At least 10 people died from Matthew's wrath in Haiti. The Dominican Republic and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, officials said, road access to southern Haiti, the area most severely damaged, has been cut off from the rest of the country after a crucial bridge collapsed in the storm. Matthew made landfall Tuesday morning as a Category 4 hurricane near Les Angeles, Haiti. The country's civil protection agency said at least 1,580 homes have been flooded and about 2,700 families have been affected by Matthew. Be sure to tune in. We'll have more on Haiti relief efforts from the VI. Meanwhile, Spirit has canceled several flights between Fort Lauderdale, Florida and St. Thomas due to Hurricane Matthew, according to Virgin Islands Port Authority. Today, canceled flights were 201, Florida St. Thomas, Flight 212, St. Thomas, Florida, and now on October 7th, tomorrow, Friday, Flight 201, St. Thomas, Florida, and 212 from St. Thomas to Florida. Dow reminds the public to contact Spirit directly for more information about the airline's flight schedules at 801-401-2222. American Airlines also canceled several flights to and from Miami today due to Hurricane Matthew. While most flights arrived to the territory from Miami, several departures had been canceled. And Dow again reminds the public to contact American Airlines directly, and their number is 1-800-433-7300. Keeping our eye on the economy, Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport, they closed at 10:30 a.m. on Thursday. At Miami International Airport, 341 arrivals and 305 departures were canceled, or about 90% of the daily flight schedule. American Airlines canceled all flights Thursday into Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Palm Beach. In Orlando, airport officials are preparing for hurricane conditions, and in a note on its website, officials at Orlando International Airport say they plan to be in reduced flights into Orlando and altering schedules starting Thursday, lasting through Friday. Here's a look at the stock market watch at the New York Stock Exchange. The Dow and Nasdaq down 12 and 9, S&P 500 up 1. Coming up on News 2, grab your pen and paper. We have your winning lottery numbers coming up, plus the largest ever contribution to the Virgin Islands Children's Museum, $40,000. Who gave this generous amount? That's coming up. Welcome back. The Virgin Islands Department of Health, they will be hosting an Employee Appreciation Day territory-wide for its employees on Friday. Therefore, all Department of Health public services will be suspended. The Department of Health Services will resume as usual on Tuesday, October 11th, after the Columbus Day holiday. The department on St. Thomas will hold their Employee Appreciation Day at John Brewer's Bay. The department on St. Croix will hold their Employee Appreciation Day at Kramer's Park. Also effective this Friday, October 7th, the Member Services Division of the Government Employees Retirement System, they will be closed to the public every Friday. The day will be used to give much needed attention to pending work projects. This closure will continue until further notice, they say, and will affect appointments, walk-in clients, and telephone inquiries. You can call them for more information. Virgin Islands Port Authority's Executive Director Carlton Dow informs the public that delivery service vehicle fees will be charged at all Port Authority seaports throughout the territory effective Tuesday, November 1st. Dow said that the fee is included in the Port Authority's marine rates and charges schedule according to the tariff. Delivery service pickup trucks, vans, SUVs, or similar sized vehicles per vehicle are charged $100 annually or $5 per day. And large trucks or similar sized vehicles, excluding cargo containers, are charged $200 annually or $15 per day. Virgin Islands Department of Education, Office of the Insular Superintendent, St. Thomas St. John District, they're announcing 5 finalists under consideration for the prestigious 2017 District Teacher of the Year Award. The winner will be revealed at an awards banquet on Sunday, October 16th at 12:30 p.m. at Marriott's Frenchman's Reef. Now the finalists, there they are: Francine Emmanuel of E. Benjamin Oliver Elementary, 1st grade; Elaine Jacobs of Charlotte Molly High School, AP English, Language and Composition; 11th grade Kendra Vicars, Ivana Eudora High School, AP English, Language and Composition; 11th grade Speech, 10th and 11th grades Arlene Ryan Smith, Joseph Sibley Elementary, Reading Interventionist Specialist; Lenice Mercer, Ola F. Muller Elementary, Reading Interventionist Specialist. Gateway Global Management, LLC, an EDC beneficiary, has made the largest ever contribution to the VI Children's Museum of $40,000. Jeremy Wilson, General Manager, said this is an annual contribution they will be making to the VI Children's Museum for the next 18 years. The check was handed over last week at the museum during a reception. Sarah Erickson, Director of Development and Curator, said they are so grateful to Gateway Global Management. Their contribution ensures the financial stability of the museum. VICM's mission is to bring children and families together in an interactive educational space. A hair and barber competition, designer fashion show, and comedy show. Hair and Fashion Week 2016, all in store. It's underway starting this evening at the Marriott's at 7:30 with a VIP party by Bernays from California. They have revolutionized the industry with their cutting and coloring techniques, and a lot of local models are involved. Here's more.
We started this about 2 years ago, and our objective was to create a creative artist industry here on the Virgin Island, to bring together artists from the hair industry as well as the fashion industry, to create a coming together of all. each day is a different day. The grand opening is going on at 7:30 tonight at the Marriott Frenchman Reef, and that's the opening ceremony tonight. And so Friday is our comedy show.
The Friday, the Saturday, and the Sunday, which is a big event. There'll be always a preview Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday. So the models will be walking the runway, having a preview for the show here in Fashion Week, which is a big day, which will be Sunday.
We're bringing in designers from San Francisco, from Sacramento, from LA, and we're bringing a lot of designers here to the Virgin Islands to show. And each night it will be different collections shown by different designers. And so I'm really excited to see the models and to bring the fashion to the Virgin Islands and work with these beautiful young models here.
It's going to be a fabulous show. We'll have a little more on them tomorrow evening. The VI Lottery presented this week's ticket in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. They utilized the color pink in support of women who are fighting breast cancer. They also reminded everyone about the importance of early detection. Here are your winning numbers.
The VI Lottery presents draw results. Today's drawing on NEWS2. Fifth prize for $20,000, 30433. That's 30433. Fourth prize for $30,000, 4008. That's 4008. Third prize for $40,000, 998. That's 998. Second prize for $65,000, 725. 725. And the winning ticket number for the grand prize of $175,000, 13941. That's 13941. If your ticket number wasn't called, keep trying. One of these days, your number could win. The next drawing is on October 20th. Play the VI Lottery and imagine the possibilities.
October 20th is the breast cancer awareness ticket, so be sure to pick up your sheet and good luck as you check those numbers. Stick around. We have more. Hurricane Matthew is pummeling through the Bahamas right now, and its dangerous winds have picked up speed as the storm continues north. But what's happening weather-wise here at home? We'll have your weather forecast coming up next.
Going on across the Virgin Islands, it's been pretty quiet, especially compared to what's going on elsewhere in the Atlantic. We have Hurricane Matthew and now Hurricane Nicole, both systems well to the north and west. Now you'll notice this area of moisture, that is a tropical wave that is going to be pushing westward. The bulk of this moisture is going to be staying to the south, but we will see a shower or two in the area, and that's going to be the case as we go through tonight and tomorrow. So taking a look at your satellite estimated radar, you can see how the showers pushing across parts of the leewards, but again, most of this area staying pretty quiet here at this point in time. As we go into the nighttime hours, there could be a shower or two, otherwise a partly cloudy sky, a temperature of 80 degrees. In St. John, we'll see just a passing shower or two around for tomorrow, a high temperature of 89. And into St. Thomas, we'll also see that chance for a shower or two, high temperature of 89 degrees as well. And St. Croix, 87 degrees. Clouds and occasional sunshine at times. We'll have a shower or two in spots. Now looking at your marine forecast, waves are 2 to 4 feet on the Atlantic side. Winds are out of the east at 10 to 15 knots. And then the Caribbean side now at this point in time is the same. We're 2 to 4 feet with our waves. Winds out of the east at 10 to 15 knots. So no advisories are in effect at this point in time. So taking a look at what we can expect as we go through the weekend. Once again, we could see a shower or two around in spots on Saturday. Otherwise, clouds mixing with sunshine, a high of 89 degrees. A shower or two possible on Sunday at 89 degrees. Some moisture may get dragged northward from that tropical wave, so we may see activity picking up as we go Monday into Tuesday. Sandy, back to you.
Thanks for that. Let's look at our News to Weather picture by Tanique Smalls, 8 years of age, representing the LCR Community Center, keeping that yellow umbrella handy because, as you know, we have very unpredictable weather there. As we just heard, we can expect some showers here and there. Thanks, Taniqua. Send us your News to Weather picture to the address on the screen. Be sure to include your name, age, school, and brief description, and then tune in to see it right here on News 2. Be sure to stick around. News 2 Sports comes your way next.
I'm Gary Anthony, and this is News 2 Sports. There is no joy in Metsville today as the New York Mets fell to the San Francisco Giants in a National League wildcard game last night. The baseball experts predicted a pitcher's duel, and they were right. Off the Citi Field in Flushing, New York we go. Mets right-hander Noah Thor Syndergaard pitched superbly, not giving up a run in 7 innings and striking out 10. But the Giants' Madison Bumgarner was even better, allowing only 4 hits when pitching a shutout. All 9 innings. The big blow, a 3-run homer by Joe Panik in the top of the 9th off Mets closer Jeurys Familia. Both managers agree last night was something special.
As you know, the old adage, good pitching beats good hitting, and tonight he was better.
It's hard to put into words what he did tonight and what he's done for us, and we needed it. This game was everything we thought. Two really outstanding pitchers going at it.
The Giants move on to the NLDS where they face the mighty Chicago Cubs. The American League Division Series begins today. The Toronto Blue Jays take on the Texas Rangers. To say these teams dislike one another is an understatement. Blue Jays slugger Jose Bautista is the lightning rod from his bat flip in last year's playoffs to his fight with Rangers second baseman Rafael Odor. This series will have plenty of spark. I like the Rangers in 6 games. The other series features the Boston Red Sox versus the Cleveland Indians. The Red Sox can hit, and the Big Papi farewell tour continues in the postseason. The Indians' strength is their pitching. Plus, they tied for the best home record in the American League at 53-28. Tribe in 5. From the batter's box to the line of scrimmage, the Arizona Cardinals face the San Francisco 49ers tonight on Thursday Night Football in a game that can be seen right here on TV2 at 8 p.m. The Cards, a favorite by many to make the Super Bowl, can't afford to fall to 1-4, and the Niners just lost their best defensive player, Navarro Bowman, for the season. I like the Cards to win. That's it for sports. Sandra, back to you.
Gary, thank you for that. That is all for this edition. Thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful evening. We'll see you next time.